Many countries have their own unique and shocking traditions. Have you ever broken your feet to make them smaller just to fit into tiny shoes, thinking it would make you more beautiful? Well, that's exactly what Han women used to do. You might hear this for the first time, but yes, this was a real practice. Strange, isn't it? It's hard to believe how people in the name of tradition or beauty were willing to change their skeletal structure and force women into a lifetime of pain and limitation. Before we get to this topic, don't forget to like and share. Let's explore more about this tradition. The foot binding tradition was practiced by Han Chinese women, primarily in China. It began during the 10th century, especially in the Song dynasty, and became widespread throughout imperial China, particularly among the upper class. Foot binding involved tightly wrapping young girls' feet starting as early as age 4 to stop them from growing. The goal? To achieve what was known as the lotus foot, a tiny 3-inch foot that symbolized beauty, grace, and higher status. But this came at a devastating cost: broken bones, lifelong pain, and restricted movement. Foot binding wasn't just a beauty tradition, it brought lifelong suffering. Women endured chronic pain as their bones were deliberately broken and tightly bound. Infections were common, sometimes leading to deadly conditions like gangrene. Their feet became severely deformed, forcing the toes to curl under the soles. Walking became difficult, and many women lost their independence as they aged. Muscle weakness, balance problems, and frequent falls were all a part of daily life. What began as a symbol of beauty often ended in a lifetime of physical hardship. Foot binding often began in the winter months. The reason was because the cold would numb the feet, making the initial breaking and binding process slightly less painful for the young girls. Families hoped that the freezing temperatures would reduce the child's suffering when their bones were being broken and reshaped. Although lotus shoes and the tradition of foot binding were often associated with sexuality, they were more deeply tied to values like modesty, virtue, and morality. At the time, many women worked as weavers and textile artisans. The creation of lotus shoes became a reflection of their skill and productivity, and making them was a source of pride and self-expression. What began as a desire for beauty evolved into a symbol of a woman's dedication to her family and community. Over time, women redefined the meaning of foot binding, linking it to their work ethic and their role within society rather than merely to appearance. The tradition of foot binding also reveals how women related to their own bodies during that era. Lotus shoes created an illusion of smaller feet, a feature that was admired and celebrated. This practice shows the extent to which women were willing to alter their bodies in the name of cultural expectations and ideals of beauty. Moreover, in some families, foot binding increased a girl's chances of marrying into a wealthy family. It wasn't just about beauty, it was also a matter of survival in a patriarchal society. This tradition shows us how far people have gone to fit into an ideal. Thank you for exploring this piece of hidden history with us. For more videos, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like and share.